Right, it's Mike from the Mike James Rock Show. Grant from Feeder is joining us. How's it going, chap?
Good, thanks. How you doing?
Welcome back to Exeter.
Good to be back.
Back in Devon.
Yeah, well, it's always been a real stronghold for Feeder.
I think so. Just for that one line, and when you hit it tonight, I'm guessing it'll be.
Yeah, well, hopefully she get a good response. But it's also, we kind of started out in this area, doing lots of tours in sort of, Devon, Cornwall. It was kind of how we sort of fan our feet.
Kind of cut the teeth in the West
Yeah, it was sort of three-piece, wearing orange boiler suits and play all sorts of places. We had quite a big sort of following then. So it was, it was really known, really fun times.
Because you guys have been around for so long. Is it like 15, 20 years now?
20, I think we started 24, 25 years ago. But so as a signed band, it's over 20 years, about 22 years or something.
And there's been so many bands from that sort of early days of like the 90s that are having a resurgence at the moment, either getting back together or we're still going.
But we've never really gone away. We took this break. It was meant to be a year off to just have a little break, just to break that cycle after 20 years. And I did a couple of solo records, and Taka did a few projects down in Japan. And it just took a little bit longer to be back. But I think it's been really good for us to have the breaks. I think people have actually missed us a little bit. And we've come back feeling like really fresh and
it's a lot of experience as well.
We didn't ever split up. I think some people thought, that's it. But there was always plans to do another record, we just didn't know when.
Yeah.
But I think it's been really good for us actually, the band just having that break.
And the new album's going down so well.
It is,
well.
It went top 10, we weren't expecting that, so we're chuffed.
Pretty much, man. And the tracks are doing well, they're getting airplay.
It's obviously a rock record. Obviously radio is tough, unless you're a sort of young Radio 1 band. But but we've had great support, and it's just sort of nice to be back really and doing what we do. And obviously, the album's done really well. So.
Yeah. Are there any tracks that you're playing off the album that are really standing out with the audience at the moment?
I mean, it's still quite early days because the album hasn't been out very long. No. But obviously Eskimo's popular.
That goes down really well on our
radio show. And even some of the mellow stuff as well. We're opening with a song called Another Day on Earth, which is quite a slow, kind of retro little piano song, and that seems to be quite popular. With people on Facebook, and there's a track called Infrared Ultraviolet's really popular. Yeah. Some people love Giza. People love Universal Life. I mean, the thing is with the album it's not the typical bouncy Feeder record.
No,
it's back to our kind of more kind of roots in some way.
Yeah.
That feels like the sort of record that we want to make at the moment. We've got so many bouncy indie songs already. We don't. We feel as though we've already got a massive back catalogue of that. We want each album to be a bit different as well. But but I'm really pleased with the sound of the record. I think it came out really well.
Is that something to do with like the age of the band and things now? You kind of
maybe, but I say mellow, but I think it's quite a heavy record. I think it's heavier than our previous sort of few. But I think it's just a little bit different. I'm sort of I don't want to be like screaming like like kidding myself. I'm a 21-year-old. I kind of want to sing a bit more soulful, a bit more croonery, but still keep it rocking. No, I think it's I think we've learned a lot along the way, just how to make records, and I did most of this in my back garden in my little studio called the Treehouse. So we had a more relaxed approach, which was very much how I did my solo stuff. So I kind of brought that style into the Feeder sort of sound a bit. And I think it's really captured our sound.
Is this the start of like a return to force for Feeder? Have you got a plan for the next sort of like 5 years or something like that?
Hopefully, it's been grey hairs again my beard. But I still have to get a really big beard like ZZ Top. We want to carry on for as long as we feel as though we're making good music, and then we feel like we're moving forward on that. We don't want but obviously we appreciate the fact we've got a massive back catalogue, but we don't want to be a band that just sort of lives off their greatest hits. It's important for us to keep making music and hopefully making good music. So I think when we come to a point where we feel like we're not really doing that, maybe it's time to sort of to leave the party before we make fools of ourselves. But
take another hires, take some time.
We feel like a new band at the moment because just having that break has just made us feel like we realise how much we love doing what we do, and we appreciate the fact we're still doing it. And the fan base is really amazing because we've got the old school diehard Feeder fans who've been like brilliant. We've got so many young kids coming to our gigs now.
That's amazing.
It's like next generation of people, so they're obviously finding out about Feeder through their parents, older brothers, older brothers and sisters, whatever. And I think because we've been around a while, some young rock bands, some of them probably see us as being a bit of a sort of cult band. I was a band that can have a career, so maybe we've been a good example that you can last more than one album, and there's if you work hard and do it.
And some of the events and gigs you played at, Download for instance.
I know, it's amazing.
Super massive festival.
I know it's in Old Trafford a few weeks ago. It's most bizarre. It's Rugby League fund to 70,000 people.
Yeah.
It was the most surreal gig, but it's great. But playing these smaller places like tonight is often like more fun, 'cause it's more intimate.
Actually, like the heyday, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're always getting nose to nose and feel people's sweat dripping on you.
I know we went to the hall, but it was booked up because this one sold out really quickly. It's one of the first ones to sell out, and they tried to upgrade us, but there was some orchestra in there tonight, so it doesn't matter. It's fine.
It just means next time you come through, you know, you've got
Yeah,
definitely
we'll do 2
audience.
nights next time. Yeah. It's hard because there's not really that many venues in Exeter, is there?
There isn't at the moment.
So
no.
it's quite,
or in the West Country in general.
it's quite tricky to find the right places.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, we're pleased to be back. It's always been a great area for us, and, you know. So yeah.
Well, thanks very much for
Thanks for having me, man. Cheers. Thank you.
Cool.
Cheers.
Thank you, man.
Thanks a lot. Cheers. Thank you.